A couple of minutes ago, the DayZ devs just finished up a live stream where they played on update 1.21 and they showed off some of the new stuff coming in this update. If you like this video or any other videos I make, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. It really does help out. DayZ 1.21 experimental will release on Thursday the 20th of April, which is in 2 days time as of this video being uploaded. We will be able to hop on experimental servers then and be able to play that update for however long it's going to be in the experimental phase. They have also added the crossbow. Yes, the crossbow is finally actually coming back to DayZ. It does work, it looks amazing, and it sounds wonderful. There is 4 different color variations of the crossbow coming. You can add pretty much every optic to it that attaches to a rail, so the only ones you can't add are like the Russian optics that go on like AKs, for example. You'll be able to collect arrows after shooting them, so if you shoot them into a zombie or a player or into a wall, you will be able to pick them up. Now, it isn't fully working yet, so in the experimental build, you will be able to pick them out of some items and areas, but you won't be able to pick them out of like zombies straight away, I don't think. That will come in a later experimental update. You can also craft your own bows as well. There's 3 different variations of bows. So there's one where you just get some short sticks, sharpen them, and you can put them into a bow. They're like the worst variation. Then you can take those sharpened sticks, add some feathers to them, and then do them. And you can find the actual bolts around the map as well, the ones that actually go into the crossbow. They have also said that spawns of them have been boosted for experimental, just to test them out. They won't be like this on stable branch, so they will obviously bring them back down to a more standard type of spawn rate when stable comes out. So I do recommend hopping onto experimental if you have it and testing these out. The first thing we noticed that they have changed is the UI. They've changed it a little bit. They've kind of dimmed the brightness of it a bit to make items in the inventory stand out a bit more. They've also added a brightness level in the settings, so you can adjust the level of brightness for your inventory, which is actually kind of interesting. So if you want to play at night and you don't want your inventory kind of blinding you when you open it, you can turn that down. There seems to be some type of new clothing coming to the game as well. They did show some new wool gloves that were after being put in. They didn't go into much detail about them. They only showed off 1 pair. I would assume we're probably going to see multiple versions and maybe some other stuff coming in the update as well. They also are adding in chainmail armor, so they're kind of going for a medieval theme with this update, and they are adding in chainmail armor. They're adding in chainmail boots, pants, chest plate, and the old school helmet as well is coming back, the knight's helmet. The devs were asked, are bows coming? Obviously with the crossbow being in, a lot of people are asking if the bows are coming in, and they said they were not going to confirm nor deny if bows were coming in, so they literally would not give us any information on it whatsoever. They had some other stuff in here as well. They're doing a lot of balancing changes and just tweaks in general. They have said that they have found some type of fix for falling through the map. I know this is a thing that mainly happens on console, I think. They have a couple of fixes that they're testing out on experimental and we'll be able to test out once that goes live. They will keep an eye on it and, you know, update it if they need to along the experimental testing. They've also tweaked fall damage and added new icons to the player, so when you fall from a certain height, you'll get like a foot icon down next to your hunger and thirst, and that'll mean you have like pretty much like a sprained ankle, if that makes sense. And if you keep jumping while you have that icon, it would lead to you breaking your leg. They have also balanced explosion audio. They've even added some new explosion audios. They didn't test them out, but he was talking about flashbangs being one of them and some other stuff as well, so we'll have to check that out when the update comes out. They've also changed the distance that you hear explosives from. Usually when you fire off an explosive, you don't hear it from a great distance. They have now increased that, so you should be able to hear stuff like base raiding or claymores and stuff go off from a lot further away. They also did say on Xbox that they are putting in a implementation that stops people from using kind of multiple accounts. It doesn't fully stop them, but it just kind of makes it a bit more of a pain for people that constantly switch between different accounts on Xbox. So if you instantly swap from one character to another character on the same server, the load-in times are going to be extremely long, and will hopefully, you know, kind of balance that out a little bit. They're obviously going to keep an eye on this as well and see if they can make it even better. during the experimental phase. They've also added a new melee weapon, which is the mace. It's like a medieval, considered like a hammer or an axe, but it's this big, blunt, heavy object that you'll be able to go around and hit people or zombies with. I don't know how powerful it's going to be, but by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be a great zombie killer. They've also tweaked lighting as well, so now when you light a fire in a forest or in a house, or if you're using a torch and running through a town and stuff, they won't be as bright and you won't be as visible anymore. They are obviously still working on the balancing of this as well, so that's going to be an interesting change, especially for players who like to use torches and light fires during nighttime. And that is pretty much everything that they kind of covered in this live stream. There wasn't a whole lot that they went into. They said that they're not showing off everything that's coming in the update, so it's going to be interesting to see what else they add. They didn't say much about fixes or changes. Again, we'll have to read the patch notes when they come out on Thursday, so I'm excited to see what comes with that. Again, I will have my usual update videos out. I will also be live that day on YouTube as well, testing out all of these new additions and features and changes. So I hope to see you all around. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Otherwise than that, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I should catch you guys in the next one. So peace out for now.